I got people inboxing me. Please stop inboxing me. I'm trying to go live. I'm trying to get this done. I had to switch devices. Do y'all know what I suffer with? This has been hard for me. I've had it's a struggle. I got wires everywhere. Oh, but I got this. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I know I'm on a different device. Probably have a totally different look right now. I wanted to finish the information that I started sharing. So please just give me a moment here. No, I look raggedy and rough and everything, but try not to show y'all too much. So if you want an opportunity to win this t-shirt, you definitely can. Let me put this information in there. All you have to do is cash out $5 to Girl Boss Talk. Can y'all hear me? Can somebody let me know if they can hear me? Let's see if I can see somebody on Facebook talking. One day I'm gonna have somebody working all of this for me. Trust me. One day. If you can hear me, please let me know just by putting a one there. Thank you, Adrian. Cousin, I see you on Facebook. I had to pull up Facebook just to see it. But y'all forgive how I look now. I wanted to I called my cousin earlier and I was like, cousin, I can't find my phone. I got a lot going on. Y'all have no idea what it takes sometimes just to do the smallest things. And so I wanted to kind of just give y'all that information again. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna read some more. This is the research that I've done that I've come up with. This is mine. This is my research, okay? And I've researched this. This is the same thing that I do in the magazine, guys. So asking you guys to support the magazine, support what we're doing. And give me one moment here. Wrong filter here. All right, here we go. That looks a little bit better. Woo! Y'all do not know. All right, so let's see here. I don't even think I want my face on there. So I want to talk about again. I left off talking about the high functioning depression, and like I said, high functioning depression is a term that was recently thrown about. I do deal with high functioning anxiety, and I'm going to tell you about both of those. Going back to the high functioning depression, again, it's similar to symptoms that are caused by major depression. They are less severe, but the symptoms include changes in eating and sleeping habits, low self-esteem, fatigue, hopelessness, difficulty concentrating. Symptoms persist on most days, causing a nearly constant low mood that lasts for 2 years or more. Most people function almost normally but struggle internally. So that means you can actually go through high functioning depression for 2 years at a time and still like go through life and nobody knows that you're struggling internally. But those are some of the symptoms that you want to look out for. But in addition to the symptoms that cause a depressed mood for most of the time, there are a few other criteria that have been met to make a diagnosis of PDD. So the depressed mood characterized by the above symptoms must occur on most days for at least 2 years without any relief from depression for longer than 2 months during that period. So if you're experiencing this for not quite, I mean, for 2 years, up to 2 years, but at least for 2 months, more than 2 months, but up to 2 years, it's a high chance that you've suffered from this or you've been suffering from this. And we know that the pandemic has been going on for 2 years. So a lot of people, sometimes things are situational, but I mean, hey, I just think that we're in an unprecedented time where I think it's being felt all over the world because I've been doing a series of videos, the me versus me. I've been calling my support and my the people that I trust, the therapist and my cousin and just different people to help me make it through my depression because it was so bad at one point that I was suffering with thoughts of suicide. And I shared it live stream. And do you know that I did get those core people that said, hey, I want to make sure you're okay. But did not it wasn't a whole bunch of people that came and said, hey, TT, what can I do? It was still people that wanted their work. It was still people that wanted what they paid for. It was still people that needed certain things from me. It was still people that, and it was still people that never said a word to me, that never even said, hey, are you okay? Because I'm the strong friend. So I'm just saying that we have to be careful. That's why I'm sounding the alarm on this, guys. We got to start checking on our strong friends. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the depression symptoms, but the depression symptoms, it can be caused by other mental illnesses. So I do want to say that, by medical condition and by substance abuse. So I do want to say that. So definitely, if you're having an issue with substances, drugs, or alcohol, and you do need some help, there are different places that you can go to get help. Um, please, definitely call 211. Reach out to me behind the scenes if you need to reach out to me, if you need help with anything, and maybe I can refer you to some resources. But definitely get help with this. But a person diagnosed with major depression, um, really, it's really hard to tell sometimes because, like you said, with the high functioning depression, they can move about normally and you wouldn't really know it. It's something more internal. Now, I want to talk about high functioning anxiety disorder because that is what I have really bad. And once I start reading these symptoms, y'all gonna understand. And trust me, this is not something that I wrote. It's not something that I wrote. But high functioning anxiety. So I just want to talk a little bit about anxiety disorders. They are the most common mental health disorders among Americans, falling on a broad spectrum of severity. Since the onset of COVID-19, people of all ages, all walks of life uh, are report that they are experiencing more frequent or consistent feelings of anxiety. Often, the fear and worry from anxiety causes people to feel paralyzed and unable to complete the routine daily task of life. For those individuals, the effects of their anxiety can be apparent to themselves, leading them to seek anxiety treatment. So sometimes anxiety can cause people to overthink, overanalyze, and overperform, leaving them in a constant state of distress. And while these individuals appear to function normally and seem fine on the outside, they do struggle internally with chronic anxiety symptoms. So, what are some of those signs and symptoms of high functioning anxiety? um, I do want to just kind of give you just some signs and symptoms. Constantly overthinking and overanalyzing, fear of failure and striving for perfection, insomnia and fatigue, the need to please others and difficulty saying no, tendency to dwell on past mistakes, nervous habits such as nail biting, hair twirling, or leg shaking, excessive worry, and difficulty expressing emotions. Many characteristics of individuals with high functioning anxiety are thought of positively, such as being punctual, organized, outgoing, helpful, detailed oriented, proactive, and high achieving. Ain't that what some of the things people tell me? Often others view these characteristics as part of a person's personality rather than their anxiety. So a lot of times people are, girl, you bossing, you doing this, you doing that, you getting all this done. And you don't, it's a lot of times you don't realize I'm driven by high functioning anxiety. Some of the negative symptoms of high functioning anxiety: despite the outward appearance of calm and success, Individuals with high functioning anxiety possess several negative characteristics, including rumination or constant thoughts of what if. And if you know what rumination is, it's like when I say I've been walking around in the for hours. It seems like I walk around for hours and I don't get anything done. I lose time. It's called rumination. So, rumination or constant thoughts of what if, procrastination, followed by intense periods of crunch time work. That's me all the time. Tendency to compare self to others, inability to relax and enjoy the moment, or always expecting the worst, feeling intimidated by or constantly worrying about the future, racing thoughts, and the inability to turn them off. That's me. Increased risk for substance abuse disorders. And people know my story, know that that is a big, very big part of my story. So, individuals with high functioning anxiety tend to present a persona to those around them and keep their true feelings bottled up and compartmentalized, leading to other mental disorders like depression. Basically, everything kind of goes hand in hand, guys. It all goes back, one thing goes back to another. So I'm trying to see comments. I got comments on StreamYard on YouTube, and then I got comments on Facebook. So I'm just trying to see where everybody's responding from. So if you can hear me, just say put a one there just to let me know you're still with me. Anyway, also guys, remember if you want to be in the drawing for our t-shirt, for the t-shirt that I'm wearing, you definitely can. Let me see if I can get back to the camera, child. Baby, if I don't hire me a camera person. There I go. Whew. Right now. Sorry about that, guys. Oh yeah, it's that time again for the grown and successful. Grown women don't do drama, honey. We do business. Oh yeah, it's that time again for the grown and successful.